Geopolitical conflict.
That's the topic today.
That's what we're talking about on our very official post-it here. Coming right up, guys. All right, so
just had a crazy week.
Yeah.
We watched Iran bomb Israel.
Yeah.
And right now we're waiting to see if Israel retaliates in any way. And I was just watching the news before we started filming. Iran issued a warning saying if they're attacked back,
even the tiniest,
they're going to retaliate
harder.
Like, you've seen a pretty big interest in gold the minute that happens. My phone rang off the hook all weekend.
Yeah.
You know. Pretty crazy situation. That escalates. I mean, we could see gold prices really skyrocket.
Yeah.
Which you never hope for, but
no.
You know,
and guys,
get ugly fast.
Yeah, and the thing too is what a lot of people will misconceive about the line of work that we are both in is that, you know, they think like it's great for us if the gold prices are high. I actually think it's terrible because you have...
It means things aren't good.
Things aren't good, number one. And number two, people aren't able to spend as much. They're not going to be spending... They're not going to be buying as much gold as they normally would. Or silver, for that matter.
It's weird. We were complaining the last couple of podcasts that things weren't selling. And like in the last week, I've seen a lot of interest. People don't care that it's at all-time highs and $2,400. I think they think it's going to go higher.
They do,
think, you know.
But at the same time,
I've seen a big upkick in buying.
In the volume.
Yeah.
I had my live stream. So those of you that don't know, every Tuesday night I stream on YouTube a live sale. I just had one yesterday. So this is a Wednesday that we're recording. They bought, but it was like, I think part of the problem was that it was after tax day. Monday was April 15th.
I just got hit hard with taxes.
So a lot of people were like, I think they were more tentative. They weren't really like, or they were more timid, I should say. They weren't really looking to buy as much. And I was showing them comps online of the items. I was way under. I had like 10-ounce Una and the Lion bars. They're going for like $350, $360 on eBay. I was selling them at $300. And there were still crickets. I said, funny. Guys, do I have to like come over there?
In the last podcast, we were talking about selling metals that people offering spot. And I said, why don't you, if you're paying under spot, why don't you put it on your website for spot? It doesn't mean anyone's going to buy it. If they don't have the money to buy it, they're not going to buy it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
We do get some of these asinine comments every now and then of people that just don't really understand how it works. They don't understand how Andrew, myself, other dealers, we don't set the markets. We don't create the prices. How about the one comment that we saw the other day? We were supposed to be talking about this, but now we're talking about comments. The other day we saw this one comment from somebody that was saying something like, all of the dealers like are right now reaping the benefits. They were sitting on their stock from of gold from 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, and now they're selling at highs.
I don't sit on. How long do you sit on inventory?
For me, I sit on it longer than you because you're selling daily. You're buying, selling daily throughout the day.
I don't sit on anything for longer than a couple of days.
I have stuff sitting on my website for a long period of time. I have stuff for, and I sell once a week, maybe twice a week. So I sit on the stuff longer than you do. But dealers don't just sit on stockpiles.
Praying for it to go up.
That's
called gambling.
That's gambling. And that's a lot. And you're tying up a lot of assets and just letting it sit there. That doesn't make any sense. You have to play the margins.
As a dealer, anytime I've tried to do that, I always lose.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Whenever I sit on something, I lose.
Yeah.
And I used to be open on the weekends, and I used to buy tons of stuff on Saturdays and Sundays, meet customers here, and there's no market open, so there's no way for me to sell it or lock in any kind of position. And Monday, that market would come crashing down.
Yeah.
I'd lose every dollar I worked for all weekend.
Right.
And just crazy situation. That's gambling.
Yeah.
Not a lot of dealers do that, and if they do, they're probably not going to be in business too much longer.
Yeah, no, it's and they're tying up all that money as well. So the people that think like, oh no, the dealers who bought like 2 months ago and they're just and now they're selling, like, no, they're selling it all the time unless they have ridiculously deep pockets that they could operate like that, where they're just stockpiling hundreds of thousands of dollars and just like hoping that it goes up. It doesn't work that way. It goes
just
down.
As easily go down.
Absolutely. And you're still just sitting on it. It doesn't make sense. The people that make those types of comments have no business of making the comments in the first place. They don't know what they're talking about. But
Back
if these
geopolitical tension.
if these problems persist, we don't know how far-reaching this can be. If it escalates with Iran and Israel, it could certainly spill over into other nations within the area. The United States can become more involved, even though the United States said, oh, Israel don't respond, or be very cautious.
Yeah.
But who knows where this can go?
Yeah,
what we do know.
Scary.
Is that it's affecting the prices of gold and silver.
Big time.
Now,
silver still not so much.
Well, it's funny how you know where I'm going with the price of gold going to where it is. Silver, I'm thinking that more people are going to be wanting to buy silver because it's more obtainable than it is gold. Like, they could afford silver, they can't really afford the gold as much.
You know what? Since Iran struck Israel, right?
Yeah.
I've had a lot more people buying gold.
Have you?
A lot more people buying gold, and now I'm seeing a lot of people with big money come into gold.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, and they have the money too. It's like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, but I think that maybe they're a little nervous about, their own money in the banks. Their own, who knows?
Yeah. Do you think that that the people that are buying gold right now, like, why do you think there's more? Do you think there's more interest in gold because it is at all-time highs and it's feeding into the fear of missing out, or FOMO, if you will? Like, to me, that seems to...
I just think, I always hear people talking about silver, but I always thought of gold as the investment metal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It is more so.
Yeah, I've always seen people put more money in gold than silver.
Yeah.
And, we talked about the shit hitting the fan scenario. Once you start getting into big quantities of silver, transportation becomes an issue.
Very challenging.
It's, trying to move, a couple dozen 100-ounce bars, or I don't know if you've ever seen a 1,000-ounce bar. They're like,
no.
They're like, man, you're not going anywhere bringing that 1,000-ounce bar. You need a hand truck.
It's pointless. It's pointless to have huge hunks of metal like
gold,
that.
You could fit a decent amount of gold in a knapsack.
I always thought, like, if there was a situation where, my family and I had to, leave in a hurry, obviously you'd take your necessary supplies and everything. But from the different locations that I have some of my items, I would say forget the silver, and I would just grab the gold and be done with it. What about you now, from the standpoint of stacking for your own collection, or not even collection, but for your own savings, if you will? Have you been bullish on gold? Are you still buying more, or are you just...
No, I keep cool things here and there that come in. You know what I mean? I just showed you that MS64 $20 lid.
Yes,
I had something like that to my stuff. You know what I mean? But you know what? Since the price went up, there's just a lot more people selling, man. And I'm just keeping my money in capital and making my money right now while prices are high.
I know, and that's what I'm also thinking. I have a lot of collectible gold coins that I'm like, even when gold was much lower, I was selling at really high premiums because there's such low mintages. Now that gold is so much higher, I'm like, oh, you know what? I love these coins, but now might be the time for me to...
It's worth more wholesale than what you were trying to sell it for,
What do you mean, like...
The price that they're giving for the coin, and I'm having a lot of jewelry stores selling me everything out of their showcase. I'm paying, I think, $66, $67 a pennyweight for 14 karat. I was trying to sell it for $60 for the last year. Yeah. You know what I mean? Now these prices are up. Its melt prices are higher. And that's the thing, too. Jewelry's come to a complete standstill. Yeah. Some of these chains, I was just showing that customer that when you came in, I had a Cuban chain that he saw me post online. He wanted to buy. It's like $6,800 in scrap gold.
Oh, my God.
You know what I mean? And like, I put it on the side, and like that's $6,800 in capital I could be using. It's just sitting in my safe, and nobody can afford to buy it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe
It's
cut
a
it down.
Weird time right now.
Cut it down and turn them into
Make
bracelets.
2 bracelets out of it.
That's what I say. Make some bracelets and maybe some like dangling earrings out of them. You know, I've also thought to myself, because ever since I completed my tube of buffaloes, because that's been a goal for a while, and I'm like, oh, okay, if I'm at 16, 17, like I just want to finish this thing and be done with it. Right. I don't feel like I have that urge as much to stack as much gold as I did.
But I got to be honest with you, I don't think it's going down either. I think it might just keep going up, and I definitely don't think it's not a good time to buy.
You think it's a good time?
I think it's a good time to buy, and I think these geopolitical tensions, like, I don't know, that was pretty unexpected. I thought
it was unexpected.
You know? And,
I mean, the attack in October was unexpected.
How crazy how it could just pop
to turn
like that,
in a minute.
Yeah.
You know, multiple times. Actually, so many times, I don't even know, but this is like the first major bull run that I at least have witnessed since I've been in the industry. And I remember when I bought my first 4 ounces of gold was back in like 2006, 2007.
What was the price?
It was like, I paid like $980 for a gold eagle.
Oh, wow.
And then I paid $110 per 10th ounce gold eagle, and I bought 30.
Oh, wow.
I was like, even though the premium was higher, I was like, I'll buy 30 of those.
Yeah.
But back then, gold was at all-time highs.
Right.
And so I've bought before at all-time highs. I bought 3 weeks ago, I bought the 4 gold buffaloes at all-time highs, and then the next week, gold was at further all-time highs. I bought 2 more. And so it hasn't deterred me from buying.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't let the price deter me from buying either.
That's why I think, like, you guys that are watching this video, if you're fearful of the
high prices,
but you're fearful, don't be. But if you're also fearful, and they're going to say, well, you're saying that because you're dealers. And if you're fearful, though, that you're fearful of missing, oh my God, I can't talk. FOMO. You have a fear of missing out, but you're also fearful that the price is so high. You then should
make a decision.
And be ready for the market to drop. Know that this is a long-term thing. So buy maybe a half ounce of gold and then wait and see. And then if it drops down in price, buy a 1/4 ounce. If it drops even further, buy another 1/4 ounce. If it goes up more, buy 2 10th ounces. Like, steadily buy, increase your position over a period of time. It kind of average itself out, but don't like panic. And certainly don't go and be like, oh, the price is going to keep going. The war is going to escalate. I'm going to go buy.
Nothing I hate worse. I hate when people come in here. They'll buy an ounce of gold on Monday, and they'll come sell it on Friday. And they'll be like, man, this gold.
This is such
what a stupid investment.
What a stupid thing. Yeah, I've seen so many videos like that too, where people are like, this is the dumbest thing I ever got into. Because you did it wrong. You're going to think it's stupid when you're buying it at a high and you're selling at a low.
Definitely sit on it for a while and see how things play out.
In fact, that makes me want to troll somebody.
Let's call them out.
No, I don't know the name off the top of my head, but this one person got a video that went like semi-viral because he said that that precious metals is the dumbest investment ever, and everything. Now would be like the time to go in there and say, this aged pretty well, didn't it? Right. Because now gold's at all-time high, and
right.
You know, the silver, he might have me on that one, though. Silver is still not doing so well. I don't know what it is
with silver, man. It just doesn't want to.
People will say that it's manipulated, which I guess to an extent.
It's been volatile.
Here's the thing.
Too.
It's been volatile. They'll say it's manipulated, and they say it's. The thing is, like, what I always find amusing by that is they say they manipulate the prices. Who's manipulating the prices? They'll say the investment bankers are like, look at JP Morgan did, and they got in trouble for spoofing and all that stuff. Like, yeah, to a degree you could have some of that, but like overall, you know, essentially what's affecting the prices of metals is got to be plain and simple. It's like supply and demand.
Well, that's what I tell everybody in the comments. It's supply and demand.
I mean,
that's what determines the wholesale market, and like the wholesale market is the market.
Yes.
You know,
these
people, anyone who owns a local coin shop, they have to buy the coins wholesale.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Or don't get me wrong, they take it in from the public, but they look at a dealer sheet and see how much they're offering and determine how much they're going to pay.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a conspiracy.
No.
Everyone's always like has all these crazy ideas. It's just supply and demand.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see where precious metals go from here.
I'm bullish.
I am as well.
I think there's no way that we could see Bitcoin at 60, 70,000 and gold's trading at 2,400. I think we're going to see a bull run, you know.
It already has been a bull run, but yeah.
But I just, you know, when you compare it to other assets like that, I don't know. I think there's a lot more room to go.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And silver, man. Wish somebody kicked silver in the ass.
Yeah, seriously. And he's like, I'm just the guy to do it. Guys, let us know in the comments below, you know, what you think about the prices of gold and silver. Where do you think the prices are going? He had made a prediction maybe a week or two ago. I don't even remember what the prediction was, and I think he probably changes his prediction all the time anyway. I think in one of our videos you said, like, I'm seeing 2,500 by the end of the year. I don't remember. We recorded the video.
I think it'll hit 2,500 before the end of the year.
Yeah. I'm just saying it always changes. Who the hell knows, right? But guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next Sunday.
Weekend.